Thomas, it feels like ages since we last spoke, hasn't it? How's Skyla? Is she all right? I apologize for keeping you in the dark for a decade. What do you think about us tying the knot again?
Who is this speaking?
What are you asking? It's your former spouse.
I don't recognize you.
How can you not remember? Stop fooling around.
I really don't remember. Unless you're referring to the lady who abandoned a note on the kitchen counter a decade ago saying, "Regretfully, I've discovered my soulmate." The note that accompanied the already filled and signed divorce documents. The person who vanished without a trace afterward. The woman who left our little girl at daycare and never returned to collect her. That lady?
Thomas, I urged you to stop messing around. I reached out because I want to discuss something important, okay?
A serious conversation after such a long gap? What could possibly need discussing? I want no association with someone like you. Didn't I block you from reaching out to me before?
Yes, you seem to have blocked me. So, I took the extra effort to create a new account. This is how vital it is.
But I had no desire to communicate with you again.
Really? You're quite obstinate to hold on to resentment for this long, aren't you? Didn't I just extend my apologies?
If you assume that small apology is going to fix everything, you're delusional.
Wow. You're being rather harsh, aren't you? How about I apologize once more? I regret my actions.
Melissa, what on earth is going on with you? Why are you behaving as though your actions were insignificant?
It wasn't me. It was the other man. He lured me and I lost my senses. He was the seducer. He manipulated me. He's the villain here, not me. So, you see, it wasn't really my fault.
If you truly believe that, you need to learn your lessons from scratch.
You're still being harsh to me.
I'm harsh. You're not in a position to state that. I came home early from work only to find that note from you, along with the divorce documents. And then I receive a call from daycare saying, "Why hasn't anyone come to pick up Skyla yet?" Do you understand the distress I was in?
Reflecting upon it, I realize my mistake, but
But what? Forget about me. But are you aware of the damage you inflicted on your own daughter? Do you comprehend the impact on a 3-year-old girl when her mother simply abandons her?
she was merely 3 then. That's when a kid requires their mother the most.
If you were aware of that, why did you act so irresponsibly?
I explained it to you. I was charmed. Dealing with the stress from taking care of a child. The work pressure, everything. I wasn't thinking straight.
Even if that was true, it doesn't erase the awful thing you did to your daughter.
I acknowledge my actions were wrong towards Skyla. I know a child requires their mother. I realize that now. That's why I want to reunite with you too. Why can't you grasp that?
Because we're better off without you now. You were present for 3 years, but absent for 10. Which life do you think Skyla remembers? You disappeared when she was 3. For her, she doesn't have a mother.
But a child having a mother is preferable than not having one. Raising her alone for a decade must have been tough for you, wasn't it? I assure you, I'll provide assistance. Wouldn't that be beneficial for Skyla?
These words, coming from the root cause of our troubles. Anyway, I have no intention of reuniting with you. My sister is a great help. We truly don't require your presence.
If you continue to behave this way, nothing will improve. Don't you think this is putting unnecessary burden or stress on your sister? Consider Skyla's well-being. And think about what's best for her, and I believe you'll comprehend.
Really? All right. I understand.
Good. Things would have been simpler if you had understood right from the beginning. We wasted considerable time here.
That's not what I intended.
What?
You keep saying it's better for Skyla. Why don't we ask her what she thinks? Hold on. I'll discuss this with her.
If it's necessary. I comprehend.
Apologies for the delay.
It did take a while, didn't it? What was Skyla's response?
Dad explained the whole situation to me. It took a bit. Dad wanted to respond to you, but I thought it would be best if I did it myself.
Oh, is this Skyla? It has been ages, hasn't it? You must have grown a lot, haven't you? I'm eager to meet you face to face as soon as possible.
Been some time, hasn't it? Maybe you were expecting, pleased to make your acquaintance. However, I'm not in the mood to meet a new face.
What are you implying? I am your mother.
Incorrect. A mother, I do not have.
Don't be absurd. Of course, you have a mother. I understand. Has your father been deceiving you all this while? Relax. I'm here now. I'm your actual mother, so there's no need for worry.
My early childhood recollections are foggy. Yet, the only woman I remember caring for me is my Aunt Paula. I don't recall ever uttering the word mom. If someone else was there before, I genuinely can't recall.
I apologize. I abandoned you when you were a child. That's been on my mind for ages. It's why I want to reconnect with you. So, please stop saying, I don't have a mother. It saddens me.
It doesn't bother me. From my perspective, I am motherless. That's my truth.
Your truth is warped by your father's lies. He loathes me, so it's probable he fed you these lies. It's universally accepted that a child benefits from their mother's presence.
True, when I was young and asked about my mother, he told me I didn't have one.
See? I knew it.
But he had no choice. No one would tell their young child. Your mother abandoned you for her new lover. Reflect on that, and you'll understand why he said what he did.
Right. I comprehend. Considering it from that angle. I understand. Yes, I do.
Good. You were right when you said, it's best if a child has their mother in their life. In elementary school, I was frequently ridiculed for not having a mother. The teasing was so relentless that I sometimes dreaded school. My father and Aunt Paula were furious about it. As a child, I would wonder, why am I motherless? Or, why is it abnormal to not have a mother?
Yes, it must have been tough. But it's all right now. Because I'm returning.
No need. I'm fine. My father has been working diligently. And we're financially secure. We spend his off days cooking and visiting interesting places together. Aunt Paula assists with household chores and looks after me when my father is unavailable. Besides, I have many friends who keep me company. As a result, my junior high school life is vastly different. and better than my elementary school days.
But wouldn't your life be even more joyous with your mother around? Wouldn't my presence enrich your life?
No. How many times must I repeat? I don't have a mother.
How can you still not grasp this?
Isn't that my line? The troubles I faced due to your absence shaped me into the person I am today. Thanks to the people who stood by me. I'm happier now than I've ever been. I don't need a stranger meddling in my life.
Wait a second. Who are you calling a stranger? Just because you don't remember me doesn't invalidate me as your mother. You can't disrespect me like that. I came here to have a civil discussion, and this is how you respond.
Oh, did we offend you?
Thomas?
Yes. Skyla just handed me back the smartphone, looking quite relieved. From your conversation, it appears she communicated all she wanted to. Well done, well done.
That was not well done. How can she be so cruel to her own mother? How have you been raising her to respond this way? Is it true that a single man cannot properly raise a child?
Considering she said that to the woman who deserted her. And everything else, I think it's fair. You suddenly appear claiming to be her mother. And expect her to accept you as one?
But I am her mother. It's because of your lies that she reacts this way to me. What are you going to do about this?
Nothing. And frankly, I'm indifferent to your fate. Neither Skyla nor I harbor hatred for you. We simply don't concern ourselves with your affairs.
How dare you?
I believe your primary motive is money. And you intended to exploit Skyla to extract it.
What?
It appears you and your lover have accumulated a significant amount of debt due to your escapades, correct?
How did you find out about that?
I won't reveal my source to prevent them from getting into trouble. But I have a lawyer friend. You plan to use Skyla as a pawn to reunite with me. And then drain my finances, didn't you?
That's not the case.
Then, why, after all these years? Did you choose now to reach out to me?
No specific reason. It's purely coincidental.
Is that so? If you lack a reason, Skyla and I have no need for you. Please, don't contact us again.
Wait. Hold on. We're not finished with our discussion. Thomas.
Melissa started becoming a real nuisance, leading me to block her once again. I was prepared to report her to the authorities for stalking. If she attempted to reach me through a different account. That course of action wasn't necessary, fortunately. She was apprehended the very next day. Caught in the act of breaking into a home, the very one we had shared years ago. It seems she wasn't aware that Skyla and I had relocated. Following my sister's advice from years back, I had vacated our former residence. While this might have caused a disturbance for the current occupant of the house, that once belonged to Melissa and me. It's hard not to see the silver lining. Reflecting upon Skyla's interactions with Melissa, I've come to comprehend the extent of Skyla's suffering. There might still be some lingering challenges, but I'm ready to tackle them head on. I am fully committed to providing Skyla with the best upbringing possible. My love for her is unwavering, and I'll never leave her side.